Question 43. In Chapter 1, you met Chris and her older sister Rachel, who made a system of determining which one of them washes the dishes each night. Chris has been washing the dishes much more than she feels is her fair share, so she comes up with a new system. She's proposed to Rachel that they get 2 coins. Each day, she and Rachel will take a coin and flip their coins at the same time. If the coins match, Chris washes dishes. If they don't match, Rachel washes dishes. Explore using this tool. So since you're online, if you want to go ahead and click that, you may, which will give us 2 coins. Go back to this. So Rachel thinks this is a good idea, and her little sister is very silly. She thinks to herself, since there are 2 ways to match the coins, heads or tails, and only one are non-match, heads and tails, then Chris will still wash the dishes more often. Ha! Do you agree with Rachel? Why or why not? From this explanation in this first sentence, it seems like that there would be more, but I'm not really sure about that. So I'm not thinking I'm going to agree with Rachel right now. Why or why not? Just kind of a gut feeling. But like I said, according to this, it seems like there is more chances to be heads or tails. So we'll see. So part B, doesn't matter if they flip the coins at the same time. I don't think it matters if they flip the coins at the same time, because if each flips a coin, it doesn't affect the other person's flip. Each thing is kind of what they call independent of each other. So I don't think it's going to matter. That is, does the result of one coin flip depend on the other coin flip? I don't think so. If the first person flips heads, I don't think that affects the other person. It's going to be a 50-50 chance no matter what. Part C, what are all the possible outcomes when the girls flip their coins? Organize your possibilities. Use the word and when you are talking about both one thing and another occurring. All right, so if I was flipping these coins, we have 2 coins. One thing that could happen is that the first coin could be heads, and then the second coin could be tails. So that's one option. Another option that could happen is that the first one could be heads and the second one could be tails. So let's see. Another option is we could have tails and then heads. We could have tails and then tails. Could happen. Let's see. I think that's really all the possibilities. So yeah, I think that's it. We were supposed to use the word and in between. So in each of these, you should have said head and tails, heads and tails, or heads and heads, heads and tails and heads, tails and tails. So I should have wrote down the word and in there. If you didn't, make sure you do that on your paper. Part D, look at the list from Part C. Imagine the coins are a penny and a nickel instead of 2 of the same. Does your list include both the possibilities of getting heads on the penny and a tails? Yes, we did. So here would be like the first person getting heads and tails and then heads. E, is Rachel right? Does this method give her one advantage? Is this a fair game? Well, if we go back up here, remember this idea. Let's see, what was it? Each day they flip a coin. If they match, Chris washes. So Chris is going to wash dishes if they match. So let's see, if they match, Chris has, out of 4 chances, 2 of those are matching, heads, and tails. So there's a 2 out of 4 chance. Rachel washes dishes if they don't match. And so if they don't match, I see 2 out of the 4 also. So that would be 2 out of 4. So the question wants to know, is Rachel right? I'm going to have to say, does this give her an advantage or is this a fair game? Neither one has an advantage. They both have a 2 out of 4 chance of washing dishes. So I'm going to say that this is a fair game. What's the theoretical probability of each girl washing dishes? Well, each of them has a 1/2 or a 50% chance of washing dishes.